Well, well, well. What do we have here? Who let the base model in here? How dare you? We're back. And, because we're gonna have some fun. Gonna do some good stuff again. It's been a little while since I've, I guess it's probably a good thing, that I had to do something like this, but, I never want to shy away from my, disappointment with the stock computer stuff. I decided to go ahead and bite the proverbial bullet and jump on the Haltech train here. I've really been intrigued by Haltech for a long time. If you know much about their product, much about their stuff, it's really, really good stuff. You see a lot of big power stuff, especially in the land down under there, down under. And my Aussie friends, they love the stuff, and so one thing I know, Australians do know how to go fast. So yeah, this thing's been running well. It's been a good car. There's nothing fancy about it. It's a stock LS2. It's it's got a blower that I think they carbon dated the blower on this thing to like the Ming Dynasty. It's old. So it's not a fancy setup. It's not a very fast setup, but we still want to be able to have fun, reliably have fun, make a decent amount of power, and have all the modern protections and things that make you feel good about it. And it's hard to do with the older ECUs, especially the older E38s like this one has. Just a lot of limitations there and stuff, and just it gets it gets annoying. You get spoiled when you deal with stuff like the Hollies and the Pro EFIs and all that stuff, and then you gotta sit here and figure out which one of 27 possible tables to change by 0.2%, so the car now idles instead of just falling flat. And just silly little things like that I'm sure before I get lambasted by all my HP tuner friends, I realize the stock computers, they work great. I know they've been like all kinds of records and 6s and 7s and stuff, and that's all great and dandy if you do that all day every day. I obviously don't, and therefore I don't have 6 years to learn how to change two tables. So decided to, this was now that Haltech brought their offering to the table, I think it was like 6-7 months ago I heard about it the first time, and basically they're marketing it as kind of an alternative to what the Terminator X is from Holley, right? It's a easy plug and play, not really, but an easy solution to get an LS swap running. It's a very kind of a basic rudimentary brain, if you will, control system for the engine. And for a long time, guys have been using the Holley, using Terminators and stuff in their C6s. I've got a couple friends who got their C6s on Holley for a long time and have had success with it, and it's been a great thing. I've got Holley on a couple of the Trans Ams over there, and they've worked out great, and no issues with that. But Haltech seemed to kind of just take it one notch up, and obviously I'm not a salesman. I don't deal with Haltech. I don't have anything. I'm not even a big fan of Bloomin' Onions, but they bring a lot of stuff to the table, which is why I'm kind of on board with it, and this is just purely my own objective 2 cents about the whole thing. And kind of like I did with the Pro EFI, I'm gonna start from the beginning. I'm gonna try to document as much of the process of getting this installed into this, and see if we can't maybe we can laugh and cry, hold hands together along the way, and I don't know, we'll see kind of what comes of it. It's pretty cool right off the bat to give you this neat little laundry bag. So my trip to the washeria, I can explain to all my Mexican friends what El Haltech is. But it comes pretty cool. It comes nice and loaded up with all kinds of goodies. I noticed that they really pack it in here. This is a real goodie bag here. Everything is packaged up separately. So I actually like that, because you're not gonna end up using every single thing they bring. They give you different alternator plug-ins, different you can buy separate injector harness plug-ins. That's really cool about their system, as opposed to, say, and I don't mean to beat up on Holley, but you buy a Terminator a Terminator harness is a Terminator harness. And if there's anything different you want in that harness, it's effectively up to you to make it. You know, you gotta cut something out, trim something out, then so be it. You're you know, cutting and splicing and stuff. And what's nice about Haltech is their harness is basically, it's almost like a sub harness, right? So you got the principal harness here, and it's subbed off. So the injectors have their own sub connector, and then you got your, in my case is EV6s. You can get a pack of EV1s that connect to that sub harness. I think they have got Sumitomo's other ones. So it's cool because you switch up injectors. You don't need to cut off injector ends or use those hokey ass little adapters things that come apart and lose pins and stuff. You just buy a sub harness. I mean, it's Haltech, so it'll be 40 grand for a sub harness, but still, you get that, and then you're good to go. Alternator, same thing. They give you like 3 different, you know, plug-in versions of alternators for the Hitachi, Yoshumi, Godzilla, whatever different ones that they come with, Delphi, and you just use that plug end, and you know, it plugs into the sub connector here, and it's a real clean install. So I really do like that. It's pretty cool. Everything's nice and neat here. Look at that, I got more T56 trans harness. I'm going to talk to you about that too. That's another cool thing. And again, I'm not kicking Holly. Oh, well, yeah, a little bit, but they give you don't have this on Holly. There is no T56 input. There's no speed input. You got to kind of make your own. So I really do like that. See, was it 2-pin? Yazaki. Yes, how about some hot Yazaki? They give you all kinds of stuff, man. And this is the bad boy. I do a lot of good things with one hand. This isn't one of them, though. So bear with me. Here you go. Whoa. Woo. She got some weight to her. Woo. That's good. That's a good piggy. That's a good piggy. Yeah, here we are. Let me let's see here. I gotta keep the blades hidden from my wife. She's Puerto Rican, so you know, you can understand. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, let's try not to slice my fingers open. Let's see what we got. What we got? That's pretty. She's pretty. She's pretty, baby. Bam. That's nice. Oh, that's pretty. That's pretty. There she is. There it is. Nice system. Oh, damn. Wow. Okay. This son of a bitch is heavy. This is not a... I mean, one of the things about the Terminator is, like, you know, it feels hollow. This thing, this makes a handy weapon. This son of a bitch it got some meat in them bones. Nice. All right, cool. Well, I'm going to find somewhere to mount that guy. And, of course, you got your guides and all the stuff that we usually just toss out the window. Right there. Oh, these are the ring terminals and stuff for the power supply. But, yeah, here it is, man. The Rebel. That's it. So yeah, I'm pumped, man. I'm excited to get this thing in there, give it a shot. I'm looking forward to. The big thing is with this car, like I said, this is not some big power deal. It's not gonna make 1,000. It's not gonna make anywhere near that. So I don't need to have I'm not building a race car out of it, but I do want to have certain protections, especially protections, because I mean, like I said, it is a stock LS2, so they're not exactly the most robust. In the LS family. I want to make sure that I can keep a really good eye on things there, and I want to be able to use different inputs and outputs and stuff, collect more data. I'm a big fan of data, so I want to be able to do all that and be able to run a nice healthier injector. I've got 1200s on it now, and after installing the 4 system on it a little while back, it looks like the injectors are already going to be kind of reaching their ceiling on E85. So but in the stock computer with the stock E38, obviously you can scale these things and fit much larger injectors in there. The way I like to do it was the whole lambda, divide lambda or multiply lambda by 2 deal, and that whole, and cut the injectors in half. It lets you basically double the size of the factory limitation, so you can run a set of 1200s, like cake. Anything beyond that requires scaling, and then now you're getting into fudging numbers around and stuff like that. And I'm just not a huge fan of that. You lose a lot of the resolution and introduce other potential little drivability hiccups and stuff. I know a lot of guys have done it, and the cars won't run flawlessly. Like I said, I'm sure if I did this all day, every day, it wouldn't be an issue. But I don't, man. I don't have the kind of time to dedicate to that. So I want to be able to just plug something in, be able to put in the correct numbers, and then just, bam, let it work. And this is obviously going to let me do that. As to why the Haltech and not the Holly, and again, I'm not beating up Holly. I do use it on these two chicken birds right here. Used, as a matter of fact, that car, the black one over there, has been on Holly since 2018. Yeah, bought a Terminator in 2018. This one's been on it for since about 2019. And granted, it hasn't run in like 3 years, but I've installed a couple other kits on different cars and trucks and stuff, and they're fantastic systems. I got nothing but good things to say about them, especially at the price point. You can't go wrong. And then you want to get serious, get into Dominators and stuff like that, and things really get interesting with the Haltech. For an introductory system, though, it's gonna be really hard to beat this. This is like I said, I'm not selling these things, but go online, look at the features, compare it to a Terminator X, and yeah, this is a bad boy. I mentioned a second ago, it's got T56 input, VSS input, so you can get speedometer readouts right out of the bag with it. You got it's 6 inputs and 6 outputs. The outputs, it does have 4 dedicated high amperage outputs for your thermal fan, fuel pump, injectors, and you get a 4th high output, high amperage output, 25 amp, which is configurable. Don't get that in Terminators, of course. So the other 3 are fixed. Out of those, I'm probably only going to use the injectors. The other 2, fan and pump, I'm going to be using the stock computer anyway to keep things happy. So I'm actually going to be using the stock computer to drive the since it's 3-wire fan, PWM fan. I'll use a stock computer to run that stock signal to the pump, because it's a 4 system anyway, so all it is an on-off trigger. Of course, I can use this to trigger the auxiliary, get rid of all the stupid hob switches and all that crap. It's got that built-in oscilloscope that's really cool when you're diagging stuff. It's got a built-in oscilloscope, wideband controller, which of course Terminator has too. What I really like about this stuff is Haltech's daisy chain system, the ability to get their CAN hub, right, to utilize the Haltech's built-in CAN system. You can get their CAN hub, plugs right into this guy's got a plug somewhere for their CAN, whatever the hell it is, whatever. But anyways, it's got the ability to connect to a Haltech CAN hub, by little CAN hub, and now any other Haltech device that uses their CAN system, which is basically all of them, the IC7 dash, the what I really like, which is the secondary wideband controller. So I can plug in another wideband controller into that CAN hub, and I can run dual O2s, right? I can have a bank 1, bank 2, or left bank, right bank. And I know it might sound silly, but having Pro EFI, right, and having installed Pro EFI in another car as well, I was surprised at how much of a spend. And guys who've been doing this forever are probably like, I could have told you that. But you'd be surprised at how much of a left-right split you actually do get. If you have a wideband in your car and you've had it in the same collector forever, swap sides, and you might be surprised. We're talking 4 or 5%, maybe even more, of an AFR split left to right. So having seen that, and obviously the ability to fine-tune individual banks or individual cylinders, really, I'm going to be using a second, for $350 for the wideband controller. It's a no-brainer, man. So I'll be able to run dual O2s in this car as well. Their keypads and their PD16s. There's a million other devices they have. I'm really intrigued in how this turns out. I may even convert that guy to a Haltech if it goes as well as I think, because there's really a lot of really cool stuff about these things that I'm reading and that I'm excited about. So there she is. I mean, it's right out of the box. This is goddamn, the weight of this thing. This is awesome. It's a real weapon. Yeah, I'm excited to get this thing in there. As I said, I've got Streetcar Takeover coming up this weekend, which big shout out to my buddy Too Tall Jones, Mr. Walker, for helping me get the fuel system lined out in this thing. It's been a real pain in the butt. But I've got it, finally got the system. I had all kinds of issues. It looks like the right side tank module in this thing had an issue, and the block off plug I had in there was unseated, or was coming unseated, until finally it actually came unseated and started making all kinds of crazy noises, and it was just driving me crazy, pressure losses and stuff. Long and short of it is we finally got that nailed. Looks like this past weekend. So just got it cleaned up, got to drive it, get a decent safe map going on the car for this weekend for Street Car Takeover, so that the wifey can run roll race classes and have a little fun. And when we get back, blowing it all up. I just got the goddamn thing running. Oh, God, I want to cry. But we're going to blow it up, get this guy installed. Like I said, I will do my best to document it along the ways, kind of how I do it. And it's not necessarily a how-to, but rather how I did. And, yeah, we'll see where it takes us, man. So stay tuned.